Thank you for listening to Storm Talk 365. We are a faith-based radio internet station where we offer global coverage. If you would like your church, social, or civic organization, or your business to be advertised on this show, please contact us at st365biz@gmail.com. Janice Wilson, that's st365biz@gmail.com. Janice Wilson, or visit us on the www.stormtalk365radio.com. That's www.stormtalk365radio.com. We'll be glad to help you with any advertising need that you may have.
Welcome back to our second episode of the year, Follow Your Dreams with Coach and Lo. I am Coach, and I have my main man, my partner in crime on the show, Lauren Wilder, a.k.a. Lo. Lo, say what up to the people out there.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? Glad to be back on the show. I'm glad to follow up from that first one. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Hopefully you shared. Hopefully you liked it. And we got a larger audience this round, man.
Well, what up, Lo, man? I know you watched that game. Deshaun Watson, who I think should have got the Heisman, he just showed everybody why he deserved the Heisman after that performance in the game, in the championship game, and the way they were able to bounce back from down 14 points in the fourth quarter to an Alabama team under Nick Saban, that has not lost a game, 97-0, when leading by 14 points. Bro, tell me you saw the game last night.
Oh, yeah, that game was wild, man. And I was like, here we go, Nick Saban about to win his sixth national championship game. But them Clemson boys came to play, and I saw a lot of leaders out there, man. That boy Deshaun Watson for sure on the offensive side. But one guy that stood out to me was number 10, Ben Boulware, the linebacker. That kid was all over the field, man. You could tell they were resilient. They were ready to get back at Alabama. And I just want to give a quick shout-out to number 42, the defensive tackle, Christian Wilkins. He's actually a Springfield native. So that's the 413, man. Big shout-out to him winning his first national championship.
Since we're doing shout-outs, I had my old student, DJ Reader, who plays for the Houston Texans last year. He was part of the team that went to the championship last year, and I know he was super proud. He plays for the Houston Texans, D-line, number 98, DJ Reader. So big up to his alma mater, Clemson University, on that national championship. But what I learned from that game, Lo, and what I want to tell the listeners, is that when you set to accomplish something, you got to give it all you got until that clock says zero. You know, and that's what I've seen out there on the field, and that's why I tell my students, so I tell my players when I coach, and I tell young adults, when you set out to accomplish something, you set that goal that you want, you go all in, and you do whatever it takes to win the game. And in life, you win, whether it's for a job that you want or a promotion that you want or a financial upgrade that you want. You do everything possible to accomplish those things. Lo, give me a nugget, man. How can I, if I'm a listener out there and I have set this goal, and it feels like the time is running short. It's the fourth quarter, and I haven't accomplished this goal yet. What do I need to do?
Well, the first thing is not giving up, man. One thing I saw from the game last night is these guys did not give up. You got to think about it. The majority of this team played Alabama last year. And Alabama whooped on them boys. And they, they were ready to get back on them. They wanted revenge. Now in life, in the game of life, and when you're playing in this game, you're going to get knocked down. I love Les Brown's quote. He says, when life knocks you down, try to land on your back. Because if you can look up, you can get up. And here's the thing about Clemson. They got up. Deshaun Watson, he came, he was ready to play. They wanted to win that national championship. And Alabama is a great team. It's a great team. And guess what? Sometimes in life, when you're going up on a promotion, you're going to be going up against a real strong candidate. But you have to be resilient. You have to get up. You have to keep fighting. So if you facing some goal and you're getting down to the wire, you got to put everything you have. I'm talking about you might have to break night a couple of days. You might have to stay up. I know a lot of times when I'm writing a business plan, I have to break night the 2-3 nights beforehand and deliver this business plan or whatever I'm trying to do. If it's an interview for a job, you have to burn that midnight oil. I learned that at a young age, burning midnight oil. So a lot of times people don't accomplish their goals because of two reasons: fear and self-doubt. So those are the two nuggets. If you have fear, you're going to lose. If you have doubt, you're going to lose. And guess what? Those two things are a deadly combination. And if you're trying to attack your goals, I don't care if you're down and out, down to the wire, you still have an opportunity. Like you said, we wake up today, we have an opportunity. The good Lord made this day, and we're here. So if we're here, let's make it happen. Stick to the goal. Do everything you have to do to attain that goal. And I guarantee you at the end of the day, you're going to be looking up and, oh, wow, I accomplished that. Now you're going to set new goals. But I say be resilient. Be resilient despite all the odds. That's what I always tell people. Despite all the odds, you can attain your goals. I don't care how far-fetched they're. Now, they have to be realistic. They have to be realistic. We're all not LeBron James. So let's be realistic when we're writing our goals down. But if your goals are attainable, and it's just an arm reach, then you have to do everything in your power to make that happen, Coach. That's what I got for you.
Well, Lord, I needed that because going on in my life, and I'm going to tell the listeners, and we told them on the first show, the content that we put out are things that we are actually doing ourselves. And so what you just told me, Lo, I needed that because, as you know, Lo, I put together the studio, and I get frustrated sometimes, Lo, because I'm trying to produce a video. I didn't go to school for videography, Lo. I didn't go to school for how to edit videos. And so the frustration comes up on me because it's a learning curve, and it's taken me 4 hours where if I had the resources, the monetary resources to pay somebody to do it, they can do it in maybe 30 minutes to an hour, where it's taken me 4 hours because I'm self-teaching myself these skills. Now, I know it's going to pay off in the long run because I picked up a new skill set. But right now it's a frustrating process, Lo. And some people may be able to relate to that, and what you just told me is going to help me get through it. I'm going to have to stay resilient, Lo, and I really appreciate you bringing that up because I was just going through that. I was just going through that yesterday while I was sitting in the office working on some videos that I'm producing for you guys, and had some good content. But I wanted the production to be different. I wanted to get better every time. And I'm the hardest on myself, Lo. And I send it to you, and I send it back. I say, nah, it needs this. Nah, it needs that. And I guess that's where my frustration, because I want everything to be so perfect. And I know this just is a stepping stone for me to reach my ultimate goal.
And that's the thing right there, man. You're expanding your boundaries. You're exposing yourself to those things, and so you're gathering a new skill. And that's the problem. That's where fear comes in. Remember, I said there's two things: fear and doubt. So if you don't write those two things down, guys. If you listen to the show, write those two things down: fear and doubt. If you didn't do something in life, stop making excuses. It's one of those two things, all right? It's not your mom. It's not how you was raised. It ain't the neighborhood you grew up in. It's those two things. They're self-inflicted wounds that we continue to open up. But if you expand that and you say, you know what, I'm going to go through it with the pain. I'm going to spend 4 or 5 hours in here. And Coach, man, here's the thing. I know you're a good father and a good husband, and you're putting 4 or 5 hours on your day off, right, where you could be spending with your family, and you're sacrificing. Me and Jordan talk about this all the time. You can either sacrifice by choice or sacrifice by force. See, you're living for tomorrow, today. So you're not thinking today. The problem with most people, they're thinking in the past. Most times they say, I haven't read a book since I was 18 years old, and they're 30, 34 years old, and they haven't self-educated themselves. They stop living at the age of 18, get buried at 65. They've been dead all this time, right? Most people, you can see them. You see them at work, right? Nothing excites them. There's no goals. They're not goal-oriented. They're negative thinkers. They're dream killers. Those are the people when I say I want to be a millionaire, they tell me it's not going to happen. Well, look, first of all, if you want to attain your goals, you have to get those negative people out of your circle right now. I don't care who it is. Get them out of your circle, all right? Now you set these goals. Now you know that fear and doubt is going to come. False evidence appearing real. You're gonna be afraid. Oh, what if it doesn't work out? Or what if it does work out and I'm not ready? See? You're putting content out there. You're doing your own production right now because you have been planted a seed, your dream, right? And so what you're doing is you're expanding that. You're going out and you're saying, hey, you know what? I'm gonna expand myself. I'm gonna see how far I can go. I didn't go to school for videography, but guess what? There's YouTube, there's Google, right? So you're finding the resources, what you can. And here's the thing, guys: when you're going after a goal, take one bite at a time. My district manager tells me this all the time. You can't eat an elephant in one bite. And I'm like, well, who wants to eat an elephant? But that's besides the point, right? He's saying you can't do it in one bite, you know. So when you put a big goal out there, because some of us got some gigantic goals, right? You know, we're going to bring Phil on the call next week, and man, I can't wait because this guy's goals are gigantic. Excuse me, they're huge, right? They say if your dreams don't scare you, then you're not dreaming big enough. So with that being said, man, fear and doubt, and then people doubt themselves. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will, man. Let me repeat that. I said that doubt will kill more dreams than failure ever will. That means when someone has a business idea, when Colonel Sanders, 65 years old, I believe he was, and he got rejected after rejection, he still kept going on. He said, you know what, I'm just going to do it myself. Walt Disney, I think they said, oh, you'll never be successful. He's been denied about 300 plus times. And look at everybody. I want to go to Disney World. So my point is when you set a goal and just keep going, man, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to tell you it can't be done, you know, and you just have to be resilient. I think that's what we got for you guys. You got to be resilient. That's a nugget, man. And write down fear and doubt and take those things out of your vocabulary. And if there's people in your circle who cannot see a better future, then take them out of your circle as well, because you want to be around like-minded folks. You want to be with people who are on the same mission. You know, they want their dreams to become a reality. You know, and I heard this, and I'll leave you guys with this, and Coach, I'll pass it back to you. But I heard someone say you can either. I think it was Eric Thomas. He said you could either turn your dream into a reality or work for somebody turning their dream into a reality. So think about that, guys. Think about that. But go ahead, Coach.
Man, Lo. So I took my notes. I hope everybody else is taking their notes. And definitely you just said something, circle of influence. I just spoke to a group of high school students, and one thing I told them, we rated their friends. We gave them grades. You know how you get grades in school, A, B, C, D, and then you get an F? Right. And I did that, and I started rating giving my own friends a grade. And for the listeners, I want you to do the same thing. Go down your phone. Give your top, let's say top 10 people that you talk to on a consistent basis. Let's give them a grade. Have some fun a little bit. So if you give them an A, all right, that means these are accomplished people. They are admirable. They have something that you admire about them. These are people that you allow in your life. Then you have your B friends. Your B friends are people that you believe in, and they believe in you. They want you to do better, and you want them to do better. And they make you a better person when you're around them. And these people can become your best friends, or they already your best friends for B. Then, Lo, you got your C. This is where you have to be cautious. C is for cautious, careful, careless. These people sometimes can be careless. Now, what I told the group I was talking to was, C stands for you could do without them. And then you have your D friends. Now, frankly, these people are going to life and they just don't give a darn about life. They don't do anything. They don't have anything going on for themselves. They don't set goals. They don't have a positive attitude. And these people you don't need to be around. You get me, Lo?
All right, right on. I'm over here writing notes myself, man. I hope you guys are writing notes. What is F, brother? Because I don't want these people in my life, man. So give me the F, because I gotta write. I'm gonna highlight this one.
F, and I told my students, these are the students that already have Fs. They're getting Fs in school. These are failures. These are people you need to forget about right now if you want to take your life to another level. These people are fake. These people have fear in their mind. They're scared to become a better person. They're scared to accomplish something. These people, you need to flick like a little flea, flick them out of your life. So, guys, that was just something fun I shared with my students, and it hit home to me. And I looked at reevaluated my circle of influence. So to me, I want to surround myself with A-B students, A-B friends.
That's huge, man. That is major right there. And I tell people I have a power circle, you know. So my circle of influence is my power circle. I have guys like Coach. I have my mentors, right? And if you guys don't have mentors, guys, I don't care what you do in your life. You can be a dental assistant. You can be a physical therapist. You can be a doctor. You can be a manager. You can be a salesman. You have to have a mentor, all right? So find someone who is doing things the way you want them to be done and learn from that person. So find a mentor. Find someone that you can learn from. But Coach just hit you with some real life things that you need to consider if you want to be successful. Because I'm telling you guys, if you want to follow your dreams, and that's what we're basing this whole podcast on, following your dreams, you have to start right there, the circle of influence, the people that are going to dictate what you can do. They're going to limit you. They're going to tell you it can't be done. They're going to have a glass ceiling, and you're going to always be afraid to expose yourself into the unknown. I'll share a story, Coach, if we got a couple minutes. I heard a speaker say that there was an old king, a general in the army, and they caught an enemy behind lines. And the king said, you got two options. You could, option one, go and face the firing squad tomorrow, which, you know, they'll shoot you right there and kill you then. You have that option, or the second option, you can go behind the door. But the door, we don't know. Everyone who's gone through the door, they never came back. So since the guy already knew what the worst would be, which is facing the firing squad, he chose that. And then the next day, one of his soldiers said, General, what's behind the door? He says, behind the door lies freedom. But many choose to face the firing squad because they're afraid of the unknown. So if you want to have goals and you want to attain those goals, or you have these big dreams, you have to write them down. They have to be a visual place. It has to be something you can see. You know, this is where I'm at, my destiny, my destination, right? You have to choose it. If you're going on, let me tell you something. If you're going through life without setting goals, it's like riding the freeway with your eyes blindfolded. It's just insane. You know, why would you do that? So you have to have a destination. You have to have a location where you want to arrive. Like, hey, this is what I want to do. I want to live in a 12-bedroom home on the beach, and I want to live in California, and I want to feel the sun hit me like this. And you have to be specific, right, in setting those goals. So that's huge, guys. And the only way you can attain your goals is by changing your circle of influence. So that's big. Coach, appreciate that. What else we got, man?
Well, Lo, just want to let our listeners know this is our second podcast, and so our show, we will have strategies on how we will teach you. We will give you personal examples. We will bring people on the podcast that will share with you how to have that right mindset Okay, these can be educational goals, business goals. These can be job promotion goals, physical goals. Okay, you have to be in shape for this grind. All right, that's why I put physical goals on my 90-day goal list. I need to be in shape. I need to be in a health condition to only sleep 4 or 5 hours a night. I have to eat right, take care of my body. So to position myself in 2017 to do something I've never done before. Given your background and your circumstances that you shared with us last week, going back to the football game and using the theme "Never Giving Up," how important was it to you to find a way not to give up?
Well, you have to see how far you can go, and I've come short many times, but I'll tell you what, it's like I said, you start to really you put yourself in a position where you can identify yourself and you can know what your limits are. So sports was big for me because of a lot of competition, and we always had a goal. We want to win a championship. And in the off season, you put in the work, you put in the grind. You had that goal in front of you. You knew, hey guys, this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to win a championship. Throughout the season, you practice hard because you want to win a championship. You play each game. You take one game at a time because you want to win a championship. And so you have to build those steps, all right? And listen, your goals can be small and they can be huge, but you have to write every single one of them down, and you have to learn how to categorize them. That way you're not living chaotic, all right, guys? That's why we're creating the show, because I had all the tools and resources. I just didn't know how to put them in order. And that you might be right there. You might have a business right now where you're doing great, but you know you can do better. Well, guess what? Listen to the show. We're probably going to help you. We're going to have people on the call that are going to be able to expand your business, giving you this exposure, as I like to call it, giving you that exposure. Listen, I come from the ghetto. I came from the hood. So it wasn't until I got out, I got exposed to what the world had to offer, is when I started to realize, wait a minute. There's not a line. It's not like the Truman Show. Remember the Truman Show? It was staged his whole life. He didn't even know, and then he wanted to break through because he's been caged in all his life. Well, guys, listen. You might live in a box, and you don't even understand that you could take your business, you could take your life, you could take your love life to a whole nother level, and that's what we bring to the show. We want to help you in all aspects of life. And so the Lord put it on us, man, to be mentors, to be speakers, to help people understand how life should be. And we're not perfect. We're not doctors or nothing like that. So we're not saying we're perfect. But, hey, we said, you know what, man, maybe we have a purpose. God put a seed in us to become podcasters and really just give information out there for those who have ears, want to listen. Then, hey, this might help you. And if it can't help you, maybe it can help your friend. Maybe there's something we said today that can help your friend or your neighbor. Who knows? So we encourage you guys to develop in both personal and professional, and like Coach said, physical in all aspects of life. This is going to be a educational podcast. It's going to be fun. We're going to talk about real life events. There's a lot of things to break down on this podcast, and we want you listeners to be active. Be active in this thing. Send us a message. Tell us what you want to hear. Hey, maybe there's something that you need to know, and maybe we have the answer for it. And if we don't have the answer, guess what? We'll find the answer, because our network is crazy, man. I have millionaires on my cell phone. I can call them up. Coach has millionaires on their cell phone. They can call them up. Now, don't be calling me saying, hey, I'm looking for a loan. I'm not saying like that, man. You know what I mean? But what we're saying is we have the resources, and maybe we can get those answers for you. So I want those listeners that are out there to really be active in our podcast. We really want to get to know one of you. We want y'all to grow with us, and we're taking this thing on a whole nother level. So that's what I got from that, man. And, Coach, I definitely want to end the show with something real positive and spiritual. So what else we got, man, before we wrap this show up?
Definitely piggyback off what you said. Guys, stay connected with us on Facebook, Instagram, Dreamchaser Academy. The website is dreamchaseracademy.net. The same thing on Facebook and Instagram. Definitely want to stay connected with you guys. And, hey, if you message us, we'll hit you back. And definitely want to put it out there, man. If you're looking to take your life and your business to another level, we actually have a billionaire mastermind group phone call every Wednesday night. Now, we're not going to give you the information on podcast. You're going to have to ask for that information, and then we'll give it to you through the social media or message or email, whichever you contact us through. But those phone calls on Wednesday night, we have several people get on the call from all over, and we dig down deep, and we have special guests on the call, and we do interview style, and we have open mic, and you can pick their brain. And this is information that they get paid to do. They're giving it to us. So what Lo says, when we have resources, we really do have those resources, and we want to be a resource to you, if that makes sense to the listeners out there. But Lo, go ahead and close out the show for us.
All right, Coach, man, appreciate that. All right, guys, well listen, we are faith-based, I do believe in my Lord and Savior, and I just wanted to end the show with a little scripture. And it's one of my favorites. I actually have it written down on note cards. I try to plant them all over the house, whether I might put it in my glove box or something like that, put it at work. And it's Matthew 7:7. And it says, ask, and it shall be given to you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be open unto you. Now, I'm not an ordained minister, but think about these words. Ask, and it shall be given to you. So a lot of times we get these thoughts. They come in our lives, and we're like, man, I want to do this. I'm inspired. I have this desire to do this. That's a seed that the Lord planted. So ask the Lord, is this given from you? Is this what you want me to do? Is this your will? Is this my dream? Is this my destination? It says then seek. So in order to seek, you have to look. You have to look for God. You have to fellowship with the saints. You have to read his word. Knock, and they'll be open, which means sometimes he won't answer right away. And we can go deeper into this, because he says, for everyone that asks shall receive, and he that seeks will find, and to him that knocks it shall be open. All right?
Powerful.
So, or what man is there of you whom of his son asks for bread, he will give him a stone? So the seed that was planted in you, your dream, your destiny, your baby, your business, your job, I don't know what it is for you, but the thing that was planted in you, he's telling you, why would I give you, if you ask for bread, I'll give you a stone. So I want to help you guys and combine personal development, financial books. I mean, we have all types of stuff, but our main source comes from the Bible. And I do want to share that with you guys. And for those who are listening, I know for some of you, it might not bother you, but hey, listen, for some of you, it probably will. But we're okay with that, because we shall shine our light in this world. And I'm not ashamed of it, brother. So with that being said, Matthew 7:7, guys, check it out. King James Version. I don't like the watered-down versions, but for me, that's where I go. And I combine a lot of stuff, but the Lord is not limited, guys. So, but stay to your daily bread, because that's going to give you a guide for your path and where you're going. You're the only one that really knows what your dream is. But it's your obligation to leave it out here in this world. You're not supposed to die with your dreams. They say the wealthiest place in the world is the graveyard, because in the graveyard you will find books that were never written, movies that were never filmed. So, guys, songs that were never written. The graveyard is the most wealthiest place in the world. How many of you are going to die with that dream inside of you? So if you listen to the show and you need a little help, that's what we're going to do for you guys. Coach, man, that's what I have. check us out next Monday. We're going to have my man Phil on the call, my brother Phil. He's going to kill this thing. Phil's going to bring some heat. Yeah, so bring your pen and pad for sure, because this brother got, oh, man, I can't wait. I'm excited. Hey, guys, thank you. We appreciate the likes. We appreciate the shares. For all of my family and friends, I love you guys. Even for those who I don't know, I love you. And we look forward to you guys growing with us, coming on the show. And we out.
We out. Peace.